What is going on, everybody? Welcome back into TTP Sports. And the Phillies, once again, stressful situations, but they find a way to win. They walk it off in the bottom of the ninth inning against the Pittsburgh Pirates, and Nick Castellanos came up big when he needed to most. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Hopefully this is something he can build off of. I'm going to keep saying that. Hopefully this is something he could build off of, because he could do this and then just immediately go over 4 tomorrow with 4 strikeouts. That could 100% be the case with Nick Castellanos. But good win. Gutsy win. Offense, once again, left a lot to be desired, as they've been a lot and a lot and a lot. A lot of runners on base, not brought home. A lot of runners in scoring position. 12 runners left on base. Bullpen was huge for you. Bullpen was 100% huge for you today, especially when Spencer Turnbull didn't have his best stuff today. Only goes 4 innings, allowed, 3 earned runs. One of those was a 2-run shot. Struggled a little bit in the top of the first inning, and really just wasn't his same effective self. He walked 4 batters, only struck out 3. He threw 88 pitches, so definitely not the best showcasing from Spencer Turnbull, which I guess you can say he was due for, from how brilliant he was in the first 2 starts of the season for him. I guess you could say he was due for a stinker, because he wasn't going to be that fantastic the entire season. So the bullpen definitely came up huge. Matt Strahm pitched a huge 2 innings, and he struck out 5 batters in a row. So I believe Matt Strahm, I think I saw this stat on Twitter, he hasn't allowed a run since the first 2 games of the season, which has been very huge for you, and that shows you how much Matt Strahm has settled down. Gregory Soto got into a situation, gets a double play, then manages to have a clean inning, basically. Jose Alvarado, huge as always, 10 pitches, 1 strikeout, got the job done. Same thing with Jeff Hoffman, 1 strikeout, 17 pitches, got the job done. Bullpen came up huge, especially when you were down in this game. Pirates score first, score early, make it 1-0. Then Kyle Schwarber follows it right up and responds with a leadoff home run. But still, I feel like you could have had a little bit more. Trey Turner doubles after Schwarber's home run, and he eventually comes to score. Thankfully, thanks to Nick Castellanos, gets 2 RBIs tonight. He gets an RBI single after Bryce Harper strikes out and Alec Bohm grounds out. But huge stuff there from Nick Castellanos. He also made a very impressive defensive play, an impressive catch on the wall in right field. I'm not even sure how he managed to get up there and make that catch, but hey, good for Nick Castellanos. He had himself a game. Bryce Harper also made some, spectacular plays over at first base, so that was very nice to see. That was very nice. Bottom of the second inning, Phillies had 2 runners on in the second inning. Rojas reached on with a 2-out bunt out of all things, so it was a perfectly placed bunt too. And then Schwarber got a single, then Trey Turner wasn't able to do anything. He flew out. Bottom of the third inning, after Bohm walked, you really weren't able to do much there. Bottom of the fourth inning, you got Pache with a single, then you got Schwarber with a walk, so you get first and second once again for Trey Turner, and he doesn't do anything. And then top 5, that's when O'Neal Cruz crushes a ball, makes the 3-2 ball game there off Spencer Turnbull, and then walks Reynolds. Rob Thompson elects to go to the bullpen, brings in Matt Strahm, who just basically dealt. Phillies go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 5th. Bottom of the 6th, nothing there beside the Pache 2-out walk. And here comes the bottom of the 7th inning. Kyle Schwarber leads off with a walk. Then he manages to get to second base off of a pass ball, so he moves up. Then he moves to third base off Trey Turner's ground out. Bryce Harper walks. This is when Aroldis Chapman is in the game, and he is completely all over the place. Bryce Harper walks. Then, a mound visit comes up with the pitching coach trying to settle Chapman down. Very first pitch to Bohm after that, RBI single. Phillies tie the ball game up at 3. Then they go to the bullpen. Castellanos strikes out, and then Bryson Stott flies out with a couple of more runners on base. That sucks to see. Alvarado shuts down the Pirates in the 8th. Phillies go down 1-2-3 in the 8th as well. Hoffman does his job in the 9th, and then you go bottom of the 9th for the Phillies. Kyle Schwarber gets into an 0-2 count, but he manages to lace a single in the right field. So good at bat there from Schwarber, finding a way to get on. Pinch run for Whit Merrifield. Trey Turner walks, and then a bunch of craziness during the Bryce Harper at bat. Bryce Harper had a terrible at bat, by the way, in this inning. There was a couple of passed balls, one which allowed Trey Turner and Merrifield to get to second and third base, and then one that got behind the catcher, and Merrifield probably didn't see where this ball went, to where maybe he probably could have scored on this play, but I guess it's better to be safe than sorry, but still it doesn't make a difference because Bryce Harper struck out in this at bat. Then they go back to the bullpen. The Pirates do. They intentionally walk Alec Bohm with the free base open, and they elect to go to Nick Castellanos for the double play situation. And Nick Castellanos made them pay. Where the Phillies seem to do their most damage with scoring runs when the batter in front of someone gets intentionally walked. They've done it a couple of times this year with, Bryce Harper getting intentionally walked. Now Nick Castellanos does the damage with Alec Bohm getting intentionally walked. Just a deep fly ball to center field. Counts as a single, run scores, and that is a walk-off victory for your Phillies. But still needs to be a lot better. Left way too much to be desired on the base paths. Just, you gotta hit for runners in scoring position. That's the bottom line. Batters today, Kyle Schwarber had a perfect day at the plate, actually. He went 3 for 3 with a solo shot, 2 singles, and 2 walks, so he was on base every time tonight, so a very good at-bat day for Kyle Schwarber. Trey Turner goes 1 for 4 with a walk. Bryce Harper 0 for 4 with a walk and 3 strikeouts. Alec Bohm 1 for 3 with his game-tying RBI single. He also had 2 walks. Nick Castellanos 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs, so his best day possibly of the season. Still no extra base hits for him now, even though that walk-off hit would have been an extra base hit probably, but it counted as a single. Edmundo Sosa played for Bryson Stott today. He went 0 for 3, but then Stott eventually came back into the ballgame, pinch hitting later in the game. Stubbs goes 0 for 4. Pache goes 1 for 3 with a walk, and Johan Rojas goes 1 for 3 as well. Brandon Marsh eventually came in for a pinch hit situation, didn't do anything there. But overall, like I said, 3 for 11 with runners in scoring position and 12 runners left on base. Gotta be better, man. Just gotta be better. That's, gotta be better offensively. It's still a lot to be desired. Just in my honest opinion. You could be doing way better. Way better. Way better, and we all know they could do way better. Pitching is carrying a load. Bullpen stepped up for Turnbull when he wasn't at his best, and they managed to keep you in the ball game. And your offense did cash in late in the game, which I do have to, at least respect that. You did come up clutch when you needed to in the end of the ball game, but I still need to see better at bats. I still need to see hits. I need to see extra base hits. I need to see confident hitters at the plate, and still consistently we're not seeing that. But hopefully after this, maybe Nick Castellanos can do something. I'm just praying to the gods that could be a case, but I beg to differ. So we'll wait and see what happens tomorrow. Zack Wheeler on the bump against Mitch Keller. Phillies need to win this series. I will not accept a split. I need some run support for fucking Zack Wheeler. He 100% deserves it because, he's Zack Wheeler. He's your ace. He's been fantastic to start the year. He needs some run support. He hasn't got any run support in his first 3 starts of the season. He needs it. And Mitch Keller, granted, yes, he can strike people out a bunch. That's, he has strikeout stuff. But he's got a 5.29 ERA, Mitch Keller does. And in his couple of starts for the season, Mitch Keller, that is, he's 1-1 with a 5.29 ERA, 17 strikeouts. So, yeah, he's got to strike people out. In his first 3 starts, he allowed 4 runs to the Miami Marlins, then 4 runs to the Washington Nationals, and then he allowed 2 runs to the Detroit Tigers. 9 strikeouts, 5 strikeouts, 3 strikeouts, 5 2/3, 5 1/3, 6 innings there, 5 hits, 8 hits, 7 hits, 3 walks and 2 walks each in, a couple of those starts. So he's a very hittable pitcher. You should be able to get to him, but I know the Phillies have struggled against him, I feel like, in the past, so I wouldn't be shocked if they struggled against him here. They got to win. They got to win. That's the bottom line. Zack Wheeler keeps you involved in the game, does his thing. Your offense needs to show up. That's what it needs to do. That's what it needs to do. It's basically what needs to happen there. So, this is going to be more of a shorter video than not, just because, I got home from the Flyers game, then we have to decide on what to eat. We're waiting for that delivery right now, so I figured why not, do a video while waiting for the delivery. So, I'll get to the voicemail hotline right here. We do have a quick one here from Sean, so, let's get to that, and then we will end off this video. Crap, I forgot to bring this up. I apologize there. So now, Let's get to Sean.
Not pretty, but effective. They needed that win. Once again, the offense, for the most part, was anemic, downright embarrassing when you face two pitchers in the last two games that are barely touching 90 miles an hour and they're holding you in check. But the Phillies rallied late. Good to see Nick Castellanos do something productive. But to me, overall, this game was won by the bullpen. I mean, Turnbull wasn't great. You know, you kind of expected him eventually to fall off the wagon, but
100%.
Strom, Soto, Alvarado, and Hoffman did their job. But you got to win tomorrow. I mean, a split at home against Pittsburgh to me is not acceptable. 3 out of 4 is. Let's go get it tomorrow with Wheeler on the mound.
Yeah, you gotta win. It's bottom line. Like Sean said, split is not acceptable against the Pittsburgh Pirates. You want to build something strong coming off of 2 series wins on the road trip. Win another series. Win a 4-game series, 3 of 4 against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Like, you know, they're a very beatable bunch. They've shown this in the first 3 games. I feel like yesterday you probably should have won that game, and today you managed to win. You know, Thursday's game you played really well, in my honest opinion, and now you need to back up Zack Wheeler. He needs run support. We can't give him the Jacob deGrom treatment where he doesn't get run support, but he just dominates. Got to give him some runs. Got to give him a lead to work with. That would be very nice for him to have. I would love for Zack Wheeler to have a lead. I would love for him to have a lead, and then he just goes out there, does his dominance, striking out guys, getting quick outs, and going deep into the ball game. I would love that from Zack Wheeler. Probably is going to have to go deep into the ball game, just depending on, you know, all the pitchers that we use today. I would like to see at least 6.5, 7 innings from Zack. That would be nice. Yeah, let's keep her going. Let's keep her going. Got to get a win tomorrow. That's mandatory. That is a very mandatory request there. So, that'll do it for today, everybody. Quicker video than normal, but I appreciate you all joining in regardless. So don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Does me a great deal of service. And also use the code TTPSPORTS, $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. Great deal. Don't pass it up. Thanks, guys, for joining once again. I'll see you next time.